Kick is up, has the accuracy, and it is good. Jake Bates throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, bunched up. Tua to throw. Has time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone, left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Past midfield. Spinning his way. Past the 35 to 30. 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my. Making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards. 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side. Caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, everybody, and welcome on in. We wrap up Week 16 with a game that has a lot at stake. 3 teams can clinch a playoff spot today if the Colts lose. Also, a Colts loss will knock them out of the AFC South contention, and would also knock the Eagles out of contention for the 1 seed in the NFC. So quite a lot is on a very specific outcome for this game, but we will see if that ends up unfolding. The Colts are wearing their alternates in this one. I forget what they're called exactly, but they're wearing their alternates. And it's Phillip Rivers, his second start. He played fine last week in his first start in 5 years. I am expecting a bit more from him tonight because it is his second start. He got reacclimated last week. I'm expecting a bit more. We'll see, though. This 49ers defense is a pretty tough defense to go against. It's on prime time. Should be relatively interesting. I really don't know what to expect from this game, aside from it's going to be entertaining one way or another. We will see. We will see. But welcome in, everyone. Hello. Yeah, the Colts are losers of 4 straight. The 49ers have won 4 straight. So both teams, so gonna be an interesting one. Kickoff is moments away. Yep, swing for kickoff. Also, me realizing I've got to do some very brief things before this, but we are here. Welcome on in. Again, just no expectations for this. Yeah, I did see that. And yeah, blocking them's the right move. Yeah, blocking and reporting is just the right move in that situation. All right, the Colts are getting the ball first in this one. We will see. We'll see Phillip Rivers on the field first. Yeah, but it's better to just when we know stuff's game like that. This is the Colts alternate logo because they're wearing their alternate uniforms today. This is the Colts secondary logo. This is the one that NFL Plus and NFL Pro is using for the Colts in this game. So I'm going to use it as well. As kickoff is underway, going to be returned beginning from about the 1 yard line. Has space out past the 20, past the 25, past and down to about the 29. Yeah, because again, for scams like that, you don't need like a proper response from who they're claiming to be. Yeah, it's a nice alternate logo, but they still have the main horseshoe. Rivers and shotgun looking to throw for the first play of the game. Launcher one deep right side and gonna be just underthrown and incomplete. Looking for Michael Pittman Jr. I love the aggressiveness first play of the game. I love it. Basically, they never changed. Like this is their when they very slightly rebranded about a year or so ago and made this their secondary logo. This is still like a new logo that they use occasionally, but their primary is still the classic horseshoe. Rivers and shotgun back to his right, three receivers to the left. Gonna look to throw once again. Penalty is gonna whistle this play dead though, and it'll be a false start on the Colts. Yeah, no, it's not. Your throwback logo is. I'm gonna pull this up because I do like talking about the Colts logos. Weirdly enough. So yeah, for as long as the Colts have been in Indianapolis, they have used the classic horseshoe that we know of. But their actual, I not properly say whatever. Rivers and shotgun gonna hand this off up the middle on 2nd and 15 for Jonathan Taylor. Bounce now left side. Gonna get to about the 30. Yeah, but it's not that, at least to me. I just use the main horseshoe because it's a whatever for me. It's not like the case with like the Bengals or the Browns where they're alternates, or in case the Bengals are throwbacks. To me, are just that much better. Like to me, the classic horseshoe and this logo are about the same, so I don't really care too much. I couldn't be able to pull this up. Think about image format. Hold on. Yeah. So this is the Colts' actual throwback logo from when they were in Baltimore, which is still a nice logo, but yeah, I kind of just like the simplicity of the horseshoe a bit better. As we're on that topic, is there was a cold still to get up after that play, and we go into a commercial break. It's their center that's slow to get up on that one. So after the gain of 7 with Jonathan Taylor, it's the 3rd and 8, and we're 2 plays into the game, and the Colts need a new center for the time being. Yep. At commercial break. Also, I can delete even more things because the UFL is not a thing. At least most of them. I'm not using those. Should have organized these a while ago. But we'll do it now. The only one that's changing. There you go. Yes, we're at commercial break. We have add commercial break due to injury timeout. I have the 49ers winning today. I just don't trust the Colts offense. I just don't trust their offense enough. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Change these entirely anyway. So 3rd and 8. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. 14:20 to play in the first quarter, so on the opening drive. Rivers looking to throw. Has some time. Dump off right side for Jonathan Taylor with space. Past the 40, past the 45, and brought down near the 49. It's a fresh set of downs for the Colts as, hey, they're moving a bit on this opener. Yeah, the 49ers do have double magic. I'm kind of waiting for it to kind of end. I'm not sure when it will. So Rivers in shotgun. Back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. 1st and 10 from their own 49. As Rivers going to play action and look to throw. Has time, pass left side, wide open with space. Past the 40, past the 35, and out of bounds at the 33 is Josh Downs. Yeah, I think the Chargers will technically be the 7th seed. But in terms of like the team to clinch a playoff spot last in the AFC, it probably will be the Steelers. Because Houston and LA play each other, I think, on Saturday. I think Houston wins that game as of right now. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Going to hand this off up the middle for Jonathan Taylor. And he gets to about the 31. Yeah, but again, I'm expecting Phillip Rivers to play a bit better than he did last week, just because it's his 2nd week now. It took him a week. It took him the game last week to get reacclimated with things. So I think now that it's his 2nd week, I think we'll see him be a bit more aggressive and play a bit better. But I still don't think it'll be enough going against the Niners. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 7 from the 49er 31. Rivers pass left side going to be incomplete. A tough throw looking for Tyler Warren into triple coverage, and it luckily falls incomplete. So a 3rd and 7 coming up. Houston did not lock in yesterday. The defense kind of did. I say kind of because they were part of the reason they won with that pick 6. But yeah, for the most part, that was a weird game for Houston. That was a throw that Phillip Rivers made thinking he still had Antonio Gates. Rivers in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. 3rd and 7. Rivers looking to throw, penalty marker down, pass left side can be caught with space. Has room past the 20 and out of bounds to the 17. It's Michael Pittman Jr. on the reception, but there is a penalty. What is the penalty? It's illegal formation against the Colts. So a push them back 5, a 3rd and 12 coming up. Illegal formation, it being called on an offensive lineman is a tough penalty to take. Yeah, the left tackle was lined up too far backwards. So 3rd and 12. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Man in motion, left to right. Rivers looking to throw once again. Stepping up, pass right side, going to be caught by Josh Downs and fighting his way. Will depend on the spot. It's close. Gets to roughly the 18, and that should be enough for a first. Not the 18, the 23. And it's going to be enough for a first, and I move to change on 3rd and 12. Yeah, I mean, every coach is going to be pissed when there's a penalty against them. Rivers quick throw left side, caught by Tyler Warren for a gain of about 3 on the tight end bubble screen. So 2nd and 7 coming up. Well. I get added with. Rivers and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right on 2nd and 7 from about the 20.5-yard line. Rivers looking to throw. It's a free play. Stepping up. Pass. End zone. It's there. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce from 20 yards out. The Colts strike on their opening drive. The penalty's going to be offsides against the 49ers. So Alec Pierce from 20 yards out. The Colts. A really good opening drive. That is a really good opening drive from the Colts. Phillip Rivers still has it. He still has it. Yeah, that's a really good throw to Alec Pierce. A great catch to hang on through the contact there. Extra point is up, and it is good. Yeah. Yeah, that's a really nice opening drive for the Colts. All right. Yeah. So there is some good news for Kansas City in the outskirts of that game. There's 2 good news technically. The first is that Gardner Minshew did not tear his ACL, but he's still gonna miss the rest of the season. But at least he did not tear his ACL. The second bit of technically good news, although not for Chiefs fans, but for the Chiefs organization. Well, so 3 pieces. Yeah, the other one's good. Season's almost over, but as was reported Thursday night, or maybe it was Saturday night, but as was reported before Sunday, the Kansas City Chiefs have announced that they're going to be moving to Kansas and getting a new stadium within Topeka. So Arrowhead Stadium is going to last about 5 or so more seasons. The move will be for the 2031 season and onwards. So they're going to begin the work of building a new stadium there and a new kind of just whole new like entertainment area, similar to how the Raiders are doing and other teams want to do. Yeah, so the Chiefs after what, close to 50, I mean, by the time the actual move happens, close to 60 years of Arrowhead Stadium, the Chiefs will be relocating The Chiefs will be getting the new stadium and relocating a few hours down the road into Kansas. Yeah, if the Colts can continue this, they're gonna have a good shot at winning. It depends how their defense plays against this offense. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 7. Base past the 20, past the 25, past the 30, and down to the 31. Yeah, there was an Escator. And so the 49ers will begin from there. All right, so Purdy and shotgun back behind him, fullback to his right, going to hand this off up the middle for Christian McCaffrey, and he fights his way for about 4 up to the 35. All right. Yeah, Purdy missed 8 games this season. Crazy. It's crazy that he missed 8 games, and the 49ers are still 10-4. Purdy and shotgun back to his right, going to look to throw in 2nd and 6. Has time, pass over the middle, going to be caught. Past the 40 to the 39. George Kittle going up there and mossing Jermaine Pratt. And the 49ers are past midfield in 2 plays. That is a good throw by Purdy with pressure in his face. And a great catch by George Kittle to go up and get that ball. So Purdy under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Play action looking to throw. Pressure coming, Purdy stepping right, pass over the middle, can be caught by McCaffrey. He gets past the 35 to about the, what's that, the 33-ish? So a gain of 6. Yeah. It's also, opening drives are also very skewed towards the offense, typically. Yeah, that's true as well. But to be fair, I would even say that they vultured some bad teams during that stretch of Purdy being out. They beat the Rams during that stretch. Purdy and shotgun going to hand this off up the middle for McCaffrey, and he has space up past the 25 to about the 24. Yeah. And so 2nd and 8. Purdy and shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side, hand off to McCaffrey, right side. Sorry, 1st and 10. That's a gain of 2 to make it 2nd and 8. True. And I think that was also the week right after Purdy got hurt. So, and that was also an overtime game that the Rams probably should have won. All right, 2nd and 8 now. Ball on the Colt 22. Purdy and shotgun, 3 receiving options to the left, 2 to the right. Going to look to throw. Has time, pass deep over the middle, and it's there. Touchdown San Francisco. DeMarcus Robinson. And the 49ers are an extra point away from tying things up. So the Colts score on their opening drive on a 20-yard touchdown pass. The 49ers respond with a 22-yard touchdown pass. Next week, Monday night, is Falcons-Rams. All right. Sure. Extra point is up, and it is good. So this game is tied. I do know that, yeah, after this week's Thursday night games, week 18 is all Saturday and Sunday stuff. So that's I'm gonna be happy with it. Oh, it's in Atlanta as well. Aren't the Falcons wearing throwbacks for that game? Yes, those are the confirmed ones. I'm still thinking about if I want to do Broncos Chiefs, and Packers Ravens. I probably will end up doing those, but yeah, Falcons are wearing throwbacks next week. Hell yeah. Yep, at commercial break. It would not be. I mean, this year it would be. But I said Broncos Colts because I was thinking about their previous Thursday night matchup. That was a terrible game. Yeah, Texans Chargers gonna be with the Texans wearing their supercharger uniforms. I gotta make sure I get that proper logo. At commercial break. So if it was Broncos Colts Thursday night, the Colts would not be playing tonight. Yeah, that does sum it up pretty well. That does sum it up pretty well. All right, just getting back from commercial break. 49ers had to send this one away. I mean, I wouldn't be completely surprised. Maybe the Bears way I might would. But the Jaguars always felt like a team that just needed to be consistent. And they haven't been completely consistent this season, but they've been consistent enough. Kickoff returned up to about the 20, past the 25, and the ball comes loose, and the 49ers have it. The Colts fumble the kickoff, and it's 49ers ball at the Colt 26. So the offense is right back on the field. That's a mistake you can't be making if you're the Colts. Oh, beautiful peanut punch. That is a absolute beaut of a peanut punch. I think the Jaguars could be an interesting team in the playoffs this year. Purdy looking to throw in 1st and 10. Pass left side can be caught by Kittle. Base past the 15 and down to the 14. I could see the Jaguars going on a similar run this year to what they did in 2017 when they last made the AFC Championship. But it'll have to take about the same amount of luck as that run did and that run ended off because of some pretty bad luck. Still don't think Miles Jack was down, but that's a whatever situation now. Game not quite over, but this definitely does lean in favor of the 49ers. Purdy under center, back and fullback behind him, handoff left side for McCaffrey, and he's going to spin his way past the 10 and down to the 8. All right. So second and roughly 5. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left, tight end in the backfield to his back to his right, tight end to his left. Handoff left side for McCaffrey, and he's going to get out of bounds right around the first down marker at the 4-yard line. It'll be first and goal, San Francisco. I'm going against McCaffrey in fantasy. I'm currently up by about 30. So as long as McCaffrey does not have an absolute monster of a game, I should be fine for entering the final week of it. All right, first and goal. Purdy under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff up the middle. And he stood up for a gain of a yard. That's Brian Robinson on the carry. 5 minutes of play in the first. So second and goal. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left. And a timeout's going to be called by San Francisco. It's not script. No, it is impossible to script a sports league, especially one as big as the NFL. It is impossible. It is impossible to script something like to script pretty much any professional sports league. It's impossible. Too much goes into the day-to-days of everything. It's just not possible. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Second and goal, looking to throw. Has time, pass right side is caught. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown San Francisco. They take the lead for the first time tonight, taking advantage of the fumble on the kick return. And with 4:33 to play in the first, the Niners are on top. Exactly. There's too many moving pieces to script something like a football game. Extra point is up and it is good. To script any sports, like for any given play in a sporting event, there's too many moving pieces. Either talking football, talking hockey, basketball, baseball, any of that. Wrestling is easier, and that's why the WWE has their stuff like some pretty much scripted, because it's a lot easier to do that when there's 2 people in the ring. But when there's 22 people on the field, it is not possible. Yeah, but again, there's too many moving pieces. Yeah, you can say that. But you can say that, but what if it's raining that day and the player then drops it? even then, I mean, obviously the NFL wants certain teams to have success because of the market size and everything like that. But it is like you cannot realistically have it to where you tell someone to do that. Yeah, but then you're getting obvious with it. If you're constantly if you're going 3 straight pass plays that are all directly to the opponent's chest, despite the route combination, it would be caught on well sooner than that. It's like there's definitely like to a degree of favoritism amongst referees and the leagues and what teams they want. That's going to be the case. But you still play the game as it is. You don't. It's yeah. It's like some teams get a little bit more of like. There's always going to be questionable penalties in the game. Some teams might get some of those more than others. But it doesn't mean that the league is scripted. It just means the refs are bad. The refs are bad in every single sport league. Actually, I have seen the NFL and AI in the same room because a lot of organizations use AI to help with decision making. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 4. Face up past the 25, past the 30, 35, and out of bounds near the 37. Yeah, yeah. Every organization has the same AI simulations that ESPN and Amazon uses. Again, there's too much moving pieces for any sports league to be scripted. Just because, well, yeah, the season didn't quite go their way. Gotta find a reason. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Rivers looking to throw. Pass right side can be caught with space up past the 40 and down to about the 41-ish, maybe 42 for Josh Downs. No, the scripted theory was about the Patriots for a long while before then. Yeah, again, refs are always going to favor certain teams. No one's going to deny that. But to outright say the league is scripted because of it is bad. Wait, that was Philip Rivers' first career free play touchdown? How? Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receiving options to the left as well. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Jonathan Taylor. He gets past the 45 to the 47 in a fresh set of downs. I mean, like, there's a reason why a lot of fans look at what refs are calling what games and what their record is with them. Because it's less because, I mean, obviously there's favoritism, but it's also some refs just interpret the rule book differently. And the really great teams see the ref matchup and practice according to how they interpret the rules based off of past games. Rivers pass right side on 1st and 10 is going to be incomplete, looking for Josh Downs. No. Okay, if there is any like messing up with how the game is playing out, it's not going to be by the players themselves. It would be through the refs. It won't be through the players themselves. They have too much on the line to go with that. It's the same thing with like when the Emmanuel Clase stuff in the MLB, like that. Rivers quick pass over the middle, going to be caught for a first as he gets to about the plus 42. That's Drew Ogletree on the reception. The 2-point conversion. Every referee interprets the rule book differently, and the really great teams use their past games to help prepare for a very specific style for that game. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, two receiving options to each side. Looking to throw in 1st and 10. Has time, pass left side, going to be high and incomplete. Well, because the easy catches being dropped thing is always just a case of they took their eye off the ball too soon. It's not as easy as you think to go from to quickly move like that. Rivers in shotgun, looking to throw in 2nd and 10. Pass right side, going to be caught by Alec Pierce to the 25. Yeah, sometimes it works. But geometrically correct. Yeah. Also, like, it's just some played, like, it's all. It's just like certain plays, like certain plays are designed to create a pile in the middle that you push forward with, like most of Kenneth Walker's stuff. End around left side for Josh Downs, gonna get about 3 there. Yeah, exactly, like the tush push, like most QB sneaks, fullback dives, halfback dives. Well, not I wouldn't say never. He does have a few things that are towards a pile, but yeah. Yeah, true Charbonnet with him. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw in 2nd and 7. Pass left side, can be caught by Downs past the 15 and going to be out of bounds near the 9. Yeah. True, the Rams did stop a tush push once. So did a few teams. It's not been as effective this year. That's why they haven't really ran it as much. No, the Copen stuff was directed towards the Rams about that 2-point play. Final play of the first quarter, potentially. Rivers in shotgun, going to hand this off up the middle for Jonathan Taylor. Fights his way to about the 5. And there's a penalty marker down. It's holding against the Colts. Calling it against Dalton Tucker. Going to push him back 10. It'll be 1st and goal from the 20. I think geometrically incorrect has been one of the best ways I've heard something be called wrong. All right, 1st and goal. I'm gonna say from the 18 more so. All right. Yeah, shivering's definitely the better word. No, it's not time to get Tucker out. What? All right, they're gonna let this clock run. That's the end of the first quarter. 15 minutes in the books. Both offenses able to move pretty well. 49ers a 7-point lead off of the kick return fumble that they forced. But the Colts have a 1st and goal from inside the 20. No emoji smug enough. Yeah. I'm sure also on Discord though, I might know of an emoji that would fit that. Was that a second? Was he the one that called for the illegal formation? No, the legal formation was not on Tucker. It was on the left tackle. And then the false start was against their center. Yep. And either way, you can't really take like constantly taking out like linemen and stuff like that is a bit tougher to do than like a receiver makes a bad mistake and you could just have him sit for a few plays. You can't really do that for linemen unless it's like a really egregious string of penalties. Yeah, actually. No, because I'm gonna totally use that at some point in the future. I'm totally gonna be stealing that. Yeah, because I mean, yes, it was a backwards pass, but it was so minusculely backwards. It's just coming back from commercial break. No, and Endurance is there's definitely a company called Endurance. I mean, you have Enterprise being a company. All right, 1st and goal. Rivers is already at over 100 yards passing tonight. Rivers looking to throw in 1st and goal. Pass over the middle is tipped at the line and incomplete. Does Rivers already have more passing yards tonight than he did last week? Yeah, he already has more passing yards tonight than he did last week. That's crazy. But what are you having the spaghetti sauce with? Rivers handoff up the middle for Jonathan Taylor is going to get about a yard or two. Yes, that was definitely offensive pass interference against Amon St. Brown. I'm more shocked they ruled that a touchdown. Or yes, finish it off. I was more shocked they ruled that a touchdown because St. Brown's forward progress was stopped well before he got that lateral off. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left. Gonna look to throw in 3rd and goal. Has time, pass over the middle, caught by Alec Pierce. What a throw from Phillip Rivers. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game up. Rivers' 2nd touchdown of the night, as is Alec Pierce's. And now there's a penalty swung being after the game. No, it's DPI against the 49ers. That will be declined. Phillip Rivers out here like he's back in San Diego so far through about a quarter or so, a quarter and some change. Well, yeah, because he didn't play in 2023. That's an insane throw from Phillip. God, I miss watching Phillip Rivers play when he's on his game. Extra point is up and good. This is making me want to go back to some like prime Rivers games when he was in San Diego. That's a great throw. Yeah, that's fair as well. I think because it bounced off verse is why it looks a little bit weird with it. I think if that was a play where if Verse did not hit that and it just bounced into the end zone and Charbonnet picked it up, it would not be as much of a discussion. Yeah. Yeah, I mean Rivers is looking better than Tua already. Crazy. Again, last week was a warm-up game going against a really good Seattle defense. Now he's playing the 49ers, who are banged up defensively. He's in his rhythm. Also, they showed it before the game. Rivers is undefeated against the 49ers, averaging 3 touchdowns a game against them. So he just knows how to play this defense. Yep, at commercial break. Yeah. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Philip Rivers, have yourself a game. If this game is a shootout, it does make power rankings a bit easier because I can just keep the 49ers as an honorable mention. Which is probably going to do anyway, but shh. All right, kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 3. Base out past the 20, passes past the 20. There we go. Past the 25, past the 30 to the 31. Took him long enough to get past there. All right, 1st and 10. No, it's not time to fire Todd Bowles over in Tampa. It's one mediocre season that got absolutely destroyed by injuries throughout. You give him at least one more year. Something like Bucky Irvin missed an extended period of time. Chris Godwin missed an extended period of time. Mike Evans got injured twice. It's just an unfortunate string of injuries for Tampa that I hope doesn't happen next year. And also, it's like Tampa can still make the playoffs. Like, as long as Tampa beats Miami, they can still make the playoffs. I mean, hell, they can lose to Miami and still make it in as well. I do still think Carolina wins the South. But I mean, if Carolina struggles to get past, if Carolina loses to Seattle next week, and Tampa and if Carolina loses to Seattle next week, Tampa is still very much in that. Plus, with the week 18 game being in Tampa, that's going to be a very interesting game. I think either way, the Panthers should be relatively happy with this season, even if they miss the playoffs by just that week 18 game. Because they're building something nice over there, and next year is going to be a great season. But if they can get that playoff experience before they truly hit their window, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun in Carolina. They'll finally have another team that can actually be competent. Because for as good as the Hurricanes are, they're not a fully competent team in the NHL, and who knows what the Hornets are doing. I still don't see two NFC South teams making the playoffs, but I also wouldn't be shocked. Purdy handoff up the middle for Christian McCaffrey. He has space for a first and a little extra for a gain of about 12 up to the 43. Yeah, I still don't see Carolina or the NFC South being a division that gets two playoff teams. At least not quite yet. I think mainly because of the NFC North and the NFC West. I mean, the NFC West is a dogfight right now. And the 49ers are only going to get healthier next year. Seattle and the Rams are only going to improve. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw in 1st and 10. As time, pass over the middle is dropped. Looking for Demarcus Robinson. Couldn't hang on to the... Oh, not Demarcus Robinson. Jawan Jennings, the intended receiver. Couldn't hang on to the slightly high pass. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Yeah, again, I don't... Because you have to expect the Lions to be better than they are this year. Next year, I think they're gonna take this. They're gonna bounce back a bit. So you have to expect the Cowboys to still be in contention to a little bit. Purdy pass right side going to be enough for a first. They get past midfield to the 45. That's Kendrick Bourne on the reception. The Commanders might be back next year. Who knows with the Saints as well? Like, there's going to be quite a few teams potentially fighting for the playoffs in the NFC. Oh, the Colts are going to challenge the previous play, saying he did not catch the ball. Oh, the ball comes loose there towards the end. But are you going to say he's down by contact first? We'll see. Yeah, there could be a lot of good. There could be a lot of good NFC teams next year. I mean, the same arguments here for the AFC, but I think if you're gonna make that same argument for the AFC, you're taking a lot. You're banking on a lot of teams taking a big jump. Okay, we're at commercial break as the culture challenging that, and there's a chance that they win this challenge. I'm not sure. It depends on if they're gonna say he had clear possession, was down by contact, and then the ball came loose, or if the ball coming loose is a part of the process that he was trying to make the catch with. We'll see. I think that's gonna stand. He had possession. He pinned the ball against his chest and under it, and had his arm relatively under it, and then got touchdown, and then got tagged, and then the ball comes loose. We'll see. I just don't think there's enough to overturn it. It's not a question of whose ball is it, because he would be down by contact and then the ball comes loose. Either way, it's 49ers ball. The question is, did he have possession and was tagged down before the ball came loose? Or did he not have possession at all during the process of the catch? No, because he would be down by contact if it's ruled a catch. And it's the Colts are gonna win the challenge. They're saying he never had full possession plus a football move. It's 3rd and 10. The exact wording is he never completed the process of a catch. Which I get that ruling. So 3rd and 10 coming up. Ball on their own 43. This is the first 3rd down of the day for the 49ers. Purdy in shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 13:20 to play in the half. And the refs are still trying to figure things out here, it seems. It is so weird seeing Rivers on the sideline right now. But I'm here for. He's playing well. All right, so they're moving hash marks before this. They had to put it back to the initial hash mark on top of the initial yard mark. So 3rd and 10. Purdy in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. As the ball is now on the left hash. Man in motion on that right side. Purdy looking to throw. Pressure coming, stepping up, has space to take it himself. Gonna dive forward. And I think he's short. It's gonna be a 4th and inches. It's not favoritism. If he never. No, Jonathan Taylor has not scored yet. Yeah, it can be a 4th and inches for the 49ers. Yeah, Purdy is going to be just short there. Purdy under center. And gonna QB sneak this to get the first. He didn't complete the process of a catch. That was the rule, and I think the main thing with it is he didn't make a football move, and he didn't maintain possession through the ground. It's the same thing with the Jesse James incompletion back in 2017, just about, where the ball still needs to survive the ground, and it didn't quite there. It was close. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Christian McCaffrey, who has space past the 35, past the 30, and down to the 28. Because he caught it, brought it to his stomach, and as he's going down, a little bit of it touches the ground, and from there it needs to not move at all, basically. Handoff up the middle gets about a yard for McCaffrey. And since it popped completely loose, they're ruling it he did not survive the ground and thus did not complete the process of a catch. A la Dez Bryant, Calvin Johnson, Jesse James, list goes on and on and on. Purdy and shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Purdy going to look to throw. Has some time, passed over the middle, caught by McCaffrey, gets past the 20 and fights his way to the 17. Another first down pickup for the 49ers. All right, 1st and 10. Purdy under center, back and fullback behind him. Going to hand this off up the middle for Brian Robinson. He's inside the 15, down to about the 11. It might be a shootout, and I'm here for it. If this game turns into a shootout, it'll be fun. So 2nd and 4. Purdy under center, back behind him. Gonna play action and look to throw. Roll in right, has some time. Still looking, pass end zone, gonna be caught. Touchdown San Francisco. It's George Kittle from 11 yards out, and they retake the lead. Good throw from Brock Purdy. And with 9:36 to play in the first half, they retake the lead. If this game turns into a shootout, that's very possible. Extra point up and good. Oh, Christian McCaffrey might get toasted like 36 at this rate. Heading to commercial break. I'm also just chilling. I'm here for a great game. Defenses might not be showing up in this one, but as long as the offenses keep going, I'm here with it. A good old fashioned Phillip Rivers shootout, hell yeah. Yep, at commercial break. At commercial break. Alright, just coming back from commercial break, we're awaiting kickoff. Yeah, every single drive has been a touchdown so far tonight. As kickoff underway, going to be returned from a yard deep in the end zone. Has spaced out past the 20, past the 25, past the 30, and down to about the 34. There is a penalty. Most likely will be against the Colts here. Yep, it is Holden against the Colts. Going to push them back to their own 15. Yes, I am definitely feasting with all these good games as a mutual fan. But that's always like the risk I take by going live with a ton of other games. Aside from the Dolphins, like I'm kind of banking on them being pretty good games. Passing touchdown on first 2 drives for the first time since 2012 for Phillip Rivers. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side, man in motion left to right, gonna play action and look to throw. Dump off right side for Jonathan Taylor, has space past the 25, and down to about the 26. They actually put that ball on the 20, not the 15. Dolphins, Buccaneers, Eagles, Bills, and then these Sunday night and Monday night stuff. And 9 minutes to play in the first half. 2nd and 4, Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the left as well. Play clock winding down, making adjustments at the line. Good to get the snap off, play action looking to throw. Rivers, pressure coming and sacked. Back at the 18, a 3rd and 12 coming up for the Colts. It's CJ West on the sack. And we'll see how the Colts handle a 3rd and long. All right. So 3rd and 12. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw. Step into his left, buying some time. Pass left side, going to be caught with space. Makes one man miss and diving forward, but going to be short. Gets to the 28. Needed the 30 as Michael Pittman Jr. on the reception. And the Colts go 3 and out. The first drive not ending in a punt, not ending in a touchdown today. I could see that. I could also see Miami playing that game a bit closer, just mainly because of how Tampa's been playing the past few weeks. We'll see. I'm just hoping for a decent game. All right, so punt comes off clean. Going to be fair caught at about the 16-ish yard line. So they'll start from there. Yes, the plan is to do week 18 Saturday stuff, mainly because I believe that's going to be NFC West games. And those should be pretty solid games. There's a chance they're AFC South related, but either way, yeah, we can go live with those. And also, those week 18 Saturday games, I'll actually be back in the college setup. I'm leaving the day before, as my winter break ends pretty much right as New Year's happens. So week 18 and the rest of the season after that will be back in college. Yep, at commercial break. No, it'll still be live for the playoffs. It's just I'll be in that setup. Yep, so at commercial break. I would like there to be an 18th game, and thus you would probably add 2 weeks. So, because you need to add a second bye week. But I'm fine with 18 games and that being the most you go up to. You'd make it a 20-week season. You probably make it so there's 2 preseason games, and you move the start back a week, and you kind of go from there. Yes, the next week is the last Thursday night and Monday night games. Purdy under center, looking to throw in 1st and 10. Pressure coming and ball's loose. 49ers have it and trying to get something with this. Ends up getting about 2. Luke Farrell recovers the fumble and picks up 2 on it. But Purdy gets hit hard there and somehow they're lucky to have come up with it. That could have been a game-changing play for the Colts. All right, so 2nd and 7, 6.5 to play in the first half. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receiving options to the right, going to look to throw. Has some time, pass left side, gonna be overthrown, looking for Christian McCaffrey. So a 3rd and 7 coming up. Yeah. Christian McCaffrey needs a ring in the same way that Saquon Barkley needed a ring. I want to see McCaffrey get a ring. He's a Hall of Famer, but I want to see him get a ring. Oh, they're not doing a Friday playoff game? Hell yeah, I'm fine with that. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw in 3rd and 7. Pass right side has a man, is caught by George Kittle past the 30 to the 33, but there is a penalty. What is the penalty? It's in the secondary. Who's it on, though? Refs are discussing. I feel like this might be coming back. No, it's a hands to the face against the Colts. That'll be declined. So it's a gain of 12 for George Kittle, and they keep the chains moving. Sauce Gardner missing his 3rd straight game. Purdy under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna toss this left side for McCaffrey. And going to get about 2 or so on the play. I'm not sure what number you mean there. If you mean 21. If you mean 18. Yeah, if you mean 18, I agree that we can see 18 games by 27. Anything more, I don't see that being in the cards. I also don't want there to be more than 18. I think 18 is a perfect amount for the NFL. Play action looking to throw. Purdy has some time. Stepping up, pass left side, can be caught down midfield, past the 45 to the 42. 18, yeah, I could totally see there being 18 games. I could see there being 18 games by 27, yeah. Again, but if you're gonna do 18, you need a second bye week. And I think that's where there's gonna be a lot of like disagreements between the NFLPA and the ownerships. Is that second bye week, but we'll see. Purdy under center, 1st and 10, gonna toss this right side for McCaffrey, and gonna have space past to about the 40. Gain of 1 or so. I think if not by 2027, we 100% have an 18-game season by 2030. You could, and that's where you can have like the Pro Bowl stuff, but I don't see them doing that. Also, it's a lot tougher to have a universal week off in the NFL than it is in other sports. Purdy pass over the middle, going to be caught past the 25 to the 22 is George Kittle once again. It's like others, like the others, all the other three of the major four North American sports, you have like the All-Star break. The NFL, you can't really do that with. I would like to see like an All-Star break type of thing, but it's not really possible. And also with like stadium scheduling and all that, it makes things tougher as well. So you couldn't do a universal bye week. Purdy looking to throw in 1st and 10. Pass right side going to be caught by Kendrick Bourne, and that's enough for the first. Inside the 15 and down to the 11. 3.5 to play in the first half. And the 49ers are moving with ease against this Colts defense. No, okay, if you do an 18-game season, it has to be 20 weeks with 2 bye weeks. The NFLPA would not agree to anything else but that. That's also never going to happen. You need to have bye weeks. Football is too much wear and tear on the body to not have to play 18 straight weeks. Purdy under center, going to toss this up the middle for McCaffrey, and that gets inside the 10 to about the 7. I'm not sure who would win in that scenario. I'm not sure who would. Because it's hard to predict injuries, and every team's gonna have a lot of injuries if they play 18 straight weeks. Purdy looking to throw, pass right side, caught by McCaffrey on 2nd and 5, and brought down behind the line for a loss of a yard. And that'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half, and this first half's been going by relatively quick. Or at least it feels that way. A lot of touchdowns in this one early. We'll see if that continues. 49ers a 3rd and 6 from the 7. When we get back from commercial break for the 2-minute warning, and with us going to a commercial break, I'll quickly be right back as well. All right, I'm back. I think that could be a good way of doing it because you make that universal bye week both the trade deadline, and you'll make it the like all-star festivities. It's just the NFL is with the way that scheduling works, it's not possible to have a universal week off because they use bye weeks to manage the other scheduling and stuff at stadiums. They would deal with those teams the same way they dealt with teams that went 8-8. I mean, there's not much that would change. If anything, it would be a lot easier to deal with teams that go 9-9 and to have it proper 500 than it is to have what it is currently. There's a reason why no other sports league in the U.S. has an odd number of games. Having an even number of games make things so much easier. Because it would also mean that you have 9 home games and 9 away games, not this 8-9 split that they have that goes back and forth every season. It makes scheduling a little bit easier. Purdy in shotgun, back to his right. The tight end in the backfield to his left. 3rd and 6 from the 7-yard line. Looking to throw. Has time, pass end zone, and it is incomplete. Looking for George Kittle. Nearly a great one-handed grab, but couldn't hang on. And the Colts defense holds strong. Going to give this team a chance to get points before the half. And the 49ers will settle for a field goal. Well, they already have a pseudo bye week right before the season. That's what preseason week 4 used to be. Is where the current week off in between preseason and this regular season is. As the field goal try is up and good. It's a 25-yard kick from Eddie Pinheiro. Like you'd want to have about one bye week that's in the first half and one bye week that's in the second half of the season. Like that would be like the ideal. Obviously, depending on like stadium issues and travel stuff and whatnot, you'd probably have a team that has like a week 5 bye and a week 14 bye, which but at least you still have the 2 bye weeks. Also, with the idea of there being a very clean number to split, because 20 is a lot easier to split than 18. You can move the trade deadline to a spot that makes more sense and thus be able to have better trade deadlines. I'm still waiting for the NFL to move the trade deadline to 3/4 of the way through the season. The trade deadline should never be the halfway point in the season. It should always be roughly 3/4 of the way through the season. So if you make it a 20-week season, you could plop that thing right at week 14 or week 15, and that'll be perfect. Because one, that'll make for a lot more interesting of a trade deadline, because teams will know for certain if they should be selling or not. And two, really just that's it. Like it would make the trade down. Maybe not exactly 3/4. Maybe you make it like week 12 or week 13 in that scenario. But that would make the trade deadline so much more interesting because you would properly have a sell-off. A universal bye week is not in the cards. I don't see that happening ever. But I do like the idea of the trade deadline being week 12, 13-ish, somewhere around there. That's just where the mute button is. And when I leave to go like to the bathroom or something, I don't know what noise is being made out there. So just to make sure nothing gets picked up. Rivers pass deep, right side going to be incomplete as they're starting from their own 35. The kickoff was down in the end zone. So 2nd and 10 coming up. So 2nd and 10. Rivers in shotgun. Back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff up the middle for Jonathan Taylor. Gonna get about 3. Scheduling issues. It's scheduling issues because stadiums have other events going on during the NFL season as well. And is less entirety league wide, more so just like college gets away a bit. But yeah, it's scheduling issues. Having a universal bye week would remove a week that a team could play a game in, and that could really mess up a schedule. Rivers in shotgun, looking to throw in 3rd and 7. Pass left side, gonna be incomplete. Looking for Alec Pierce. But there's a penalty down, going to be DPI against the 49ers. Yeah, good route from Pierce. The defender really has no other choice but to interfere. Otherwise, it would have been a nice pickup. Yeah, but again, it's the NFL. Yeah, the NFL kind of needs the Pro Bowl to be after the season. What they should do is make it after the Super Bowl. So that way, Super Bowl participating teams can still send players to the Pro Bowl. That's the bigger issue. And it used to be that way, but they've changed it for some reason. Colts ball now on the plus 41. They're technically in field goal range. Rivers and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna look to throw. Has time, pass right side, can be caught with space, past the 30 and down out of bounds through the 27. Because, like, the teams in the Super Bowls are going to have a lot of Pro Bowlers, but they can't go to the Pro Bowl because the week of the Pro Bowl is Super Bowl media availability. So if you move the Pro Bowl till after the Super Bowl, then those guys can go to the Pro Bowl as well, and it'll make it a little bit more of an interesting game. The Pro Bowl already isn't that much interesting anyway. And then neither is like all-star festivities and other sports. That's why the NHL kind of got rid of theirs and instead made the Four Nations, which was fantastic. Rivers under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Jonathan Taylor. He gets inside the 25 to the 24. Also going to let this clock run a bit here. Rivers and shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. And there's movement before the snap. False start against the Colts, and Rivers is not happy. So a 2nd and 12 coming up. Yeah, that's a bad time to get a false start there. The Colts had the momentum in that drive. And the Colts will also use a timeout to avoid the 10-second runoff. So 32 seconds to play in the half. So Rivers and shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side. 2nd and 12, looking to throw. Has time, pass right side, caught by Jonathan Taylor, gets inside the 25 and down to about the 20-ish, maybe the 21. And the Colts will call their 2nd timeout. Rivers in shotgun, 2 receivers to the right. Man in motion from the right into the back, from the left into the backfield. 2 Rivers is left to be acting as a halfback. Rivers looking to throw in 3rd and 4. Pressure coming. Pass right side is just too far and incomplete for the dive in Tyler Warren. So the Colts drive stalls out, but they're still going to be able to get some points here before the half. Yeah, Tyler Warren's open there. That's a tough one for Rivers to miss. And now the 39-yard field goal from the right hash is up. And it is right down the middle. 7-point game. 17 seconds to play until halftime. The 49ers get ball to begin the half. Yep. 17 seconds to play in the half. Yeah, New Year's Day is the more college football stuff. I'd be able to listen to those on the drive. Yeah. Why is there a week? Why is there 2 weeks in between first round and fourth round, whatever? Yeah, I can listen to those on the drive. Hell yeah. I know the Idaho Potato Bowl was today. Kickoff underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 4. Face out past the 20, past the 25, past the 30, 35, past the 40, and down to the 41. So with 2 timeouts in 11 seconds, the 49ers might be able to do something here. Yeah, tomorrow is the Boca Raton Bowl. Toledo and Louisville. That should be a solid game. I'm excited for the Rate Bowl between New Mexico and Minnesota. I'm excited to watch that. It's on Wednesday. That's on Friday. Okay. All right, 1st and 10. Purdy in shotgun looking to throw. Has time, stepping left. Needs to get rid of his soon. Pass left side. Going to be caught. Gets to the 46 as Kendrick Bourne. Not enough for field goal range. There's 3 seconds remaining in the half. And yeah, Rivers is heading to the locker room already to regroup. Has one more play until halftime. They're going to send out Eddie Pinheiro. Trying for a long field goal try here. It would be a career-long kick. If I'm the Colts, I'm putting someone back there to potentially return this. 64-yard kick. His career long is 59. From the left hash. Kick is up. It has the accuracy. And it is no good. It hits off the crossbar. And we are at halftime. Hey, but he can hit that. He can definitely hit that. 41 points is the most points in the first half on Monday Night Football since the incredible Rams and Chiefs game from about 7 years ago. Yep, we had to halftime. But Pinheiro can hit that. He came close. Eddie Pinheiro can hit that. He can at least hit from 63, and that's a great sign for the 49ers. I mean, he hit off the crossbar from 64. If he put a tiny bit of more power into that, it would have been good. Okay, if he would have crow hopped, that would have been good from 64. So that would have been good from 63. Yeah, it was a 64-yard kick that doinked off the crossbar. Maybe. Oh yeah, they 100% upgraded that kicker. Eddie Pinheiro is a solid kicker. And who's their kicker week 1 again? I feel bad not remembering it. Yeah. It came close though. Go to your transaction. Oh yeah, Jake Moody. Yeah, it was Jake Moody. Didn't he go somewhere else? Isn't he on a different team now? Yeah, he's in Washington. He's been on 3 teams this season. Jeez. He's been on 3 teams this season, and he has a honestly kind of solid 83% field goal percentage this year. He's been reliable for Washington the past 4 weeks. Right, I'm not mistaken then. Yeah. I mean, he played 1 game for San Francisco this season. Even before that, like, he was fine for them the past 2 years. Uh, yeah, they let him go fast into this year. But he was last year. He was a 70% field goal kicker. Then he had a really rough week 1, so it makes sense moving on from him. But like, that's crazy to move on from him that fast. It ended up working out for them. Yep, at commercial break. Right halftime. Yep, at halftime. We're at 7:35 until the start of the second half. Yep. Yep, at halftime. 6:35 to play. 6:35 in halftime. At halftime still. Super Bowl's on the 8th this year? Oh, yeah. Alright. Oh, yeah, I forgot they're also changing the Pro Bowl locations in relation to the Super Bowl. That might help it a bit. Also, it's all gonna be on. Wait, The Pro Bowl one. The Pro Bowl is gonna be on Disney XD alongside ESPN. Two, Disney XD is still a thing. I thought this channel died. Okay, cool. We're at halftime still. Yeah, I did not realize Disney XD was still a thing, Tifa. I did not realize that. Goes to show how much I watch standard television, aka not at all. We got that, yeah. I thought for sure that died. Like, I would for sure thought COVID killed that channel. That's why YouTube TV doesn't carry Disney XD. That's funny. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen Disney XD. I know that they used to do like the Phineas and Ferb reruns on there. That was cool. I just thought it died like most other channels. Like, isn't Nicktoons dead? I would be thoroughly shocked if Nicktoons is still going on. It seems like it's still going. How is Nicktoons still going, Sean? I feel like no one watches that. Oh well. Just under 3 minutes. 3 minutes to go in halftime. At halftime, at commercial breaks. At halftime. Waiting for the start of the second half. 49ers get ball to begin the second half up by 7. What's been a very, very solid offensive game by both sides so far. All right, second half underway. Second half underway here soon. Let's see what the Colts defense has in store, and more so, if his 49ers offense can keep up the high-flying action they've been having so far. All right. So the Colts set to send this one down. Kickoff going to be returned, beginning from the 5, has spaced out past the 15, past the 20, past the 25, past the 30, past the 35, and down to about the 36. So the 49ers will start the second half from there. All right, Purdy and shotgun looking to throw. Pass over the middle can be caught past midfield to the 49. It's George Kittle on the reception. The end of this season? I don't know what would be a good storyline heading to the. I guess you would have to get the Colts into the playoffs to some degree. Maybe have them win a playoff game, depending on who the matchup is. You have to be somewhat realistic with things. Purdy under center, gonna hand this off up the middle for Christian McCaffrey. That's a gain of a yard. So yeah, the Colts would somehow make the playoffs. The Texans would win the NFC South, as I would want them to still be in, as they would end up being the Super Bowl champion. I think. You set up for a Rams Seahawks conference championship some way. Purdy throw left side can be caught by Demarcus Robinson back to the line of scrimmage for no gain. All right, 3rd and 8. Well, because I mean, maybe, yeah, probably. It's also just I think Houston getting a run like that would be great for that franchise. They need something. Purdy throw right side can be caught with space inside the 30 and down to the 26 for Jawan Jennings. I think Houston needs to have a run, like a proper run, at some point soon. Because like I don't know, it's been 23 years and they haven't done anything too special as a franchise yet. And this feels like it's the best possible year for that. Purdy under center, back behind him, going to play action and look to throw. Rolling left, has time, pass left side, caught by Kittle inside the 10, fighting his way to the 4-yard line. It's 1st and goal for the 49ers. They're moving with ease on this drive once again. I guess the more realistic option would probably be Seattle, and you give Seattle the home field in the playoffs. Because I think the only way Seattle beats the Rams if it was an NFC Championship, if it's in Seattle. Purdy under center, going to hand this off up the middle for McCaffrey. He gets stuffed at the line for no gain. I don't see the Texans being able to beat the Rams, but I could see Seattle if they catch Seattle on a bad night. And so NFC champion would be Seattle. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. Man in motion left to right. 2nd and goal, looking to throw. Has time, rolling right to buy some more. Still looking. Pass floater, going to be out of bounds, incomplete. Throw away. I mean, the Bears could. I don't know. I don't know how I would feel about the Bears going on a run. Or if they could. Purdy to throw in 3rd and goal. Pass right side, going to be caught. Jawan Jennings in the end zone. And the 49ers strike on the opening drive of the half to extend this lead. I mean, like I'll probably have Bears Packers be a 1st round matchup. I think that would be great. But you would probably need to have the Packers winning that, as they would be the lower seed and thus set up for. And that's how you can be able to set up for a Seahawks Rams NFC Championship. Extra point is up and good. It's a 14-point 49er lead. And we head to commercial break. I don't know. Yep, at commercial break. At commercial break. And I hope the Colts have a drive in them here. At commercial break. Oh yeah, the Charlie Brown Christmas stuff. That's always fun to see. All the old Charlie Brown stuff is nice. Didn't someone just buy the movie rights to the Peanuts? I think I saw a report about that not long ago. All right, just coming back from commercial break. The 49ers are set to send this one down. And we'll see the Colts' first drive of the second half. That was a really efficient opening drive to the half for the 49ers. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 2. Space out past the 15, past the 20, 25, past the 30, and down to about the 35. So they'll start from there. Seventh passing touchdown in the last 2 games for Brock Purdy. That's the most in a 2-game span by a 49ers quarterback since Jeff Garcia back in 01. Crazy. Rivers handoff up the middle for Jonathan Taylor, and he's gonna get stuffed at the line for no gain. So 2nd and 10 coming up. And now there's a penalty down. After the play, a personal foul against the 49ers. Tack on 15 and automatic first. It'll be the Colts ball at midfield. All right, so Rivers and shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Rivers making adjustments at the line. As Rivers is going to hand this off up the middle for Jonathan Taylor once again. And it's only about a yard on the play. All right, so Rivers alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. 2nd and 9, ball on the 49-yard line. Rivers to throw, pass over the middle, going to be caught to the 35. It's Alec Pierce Michael Pittman Jr. on the reception. And he's being ruled down by contact before that ball came loose. But the Colts should still go hurry up here. Yeah, I would try to get the snap off quick. Rivers and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the right as well, and they took too long. There's the challenge flag. Yeah, I would have gone a lot quicker than that to make sure you get that snap off in time. Kyle Shanahan gave him plenty of time for that to be the case. But instead they were way too confident in that ruling. Yeah, the ball does not survive the ground. As soon as Pittman's arm touches the ground, the ball comes loose. Unless they say he makes a proper football move somewhere along there. And where he's then down by contact. I think the things might be coming back. We'll see. We're at commercial break as they review this play. Right at commercial break. Also, other NFL news throughout today. DK Metcalf is suspended for the final 2 games of the season after the altercation with a fan yesterday. That's definitely going to hurt the Steelers' chances at winning the division, as that's a very key pass catcher that's not going to be missed in 2 games. But he should be back for the playoffs if they do get in. But yep, at commercial break. All right, just getting back from the commercial break, and they're saying the play stands as called, so the 49ers will lose a timeout. I guess they're saying he made the process of a catch before getting brought down, and thus down by contact and not incompletion. Handoff right side for Jonathan Taylor, gonna get about 2 or 3 there. So I guess it's the catch, the turn in towards the end zone, and then getting turned back around is enough to complete the process, and thus it's a completed catch and down by contact. So 2nd and 7, Rivers in shotgun, back to his left. We receiving options to the left as well. Play clock winding down, man in motion left to right. Rivers looking to throw. Pressure coming, pass over the middle is behind and incomplete, looking for Tyler Warren. what do you mean by that? All right, 3rd and 7. Rivers in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Play clock winding down, going to look to throw. Pressure coming, pass over the middle is bobbled and incomplete, looking for Josh Downs. The Colts drive stalls out inside the 49er 35. Yeah, cats do that. Yeah, fair. Yeah, cool. 51-yard kick for the Colts. From the right hash, kick is up, has the accuracy, and it is good. There's 8:16 in play in the third. I could see Jonathan Taylor getting you 12 more points. I could see it. We're headed to a commercial break. Yeah. When the Colts start getting when the Colts next drive rolls around, I think they're gonna start leaning on him a bit more, especially in the passing game. I think he's gonna become like a key check down option for Rivers, and they'll go with it. Or at least that's how they should play this when they get the ball back. If ideally their defense actually makes a stop. They have yet to force a punt tonight, which is crazy. But they're going to need to soon. Yep, at commercial break. Oh, T-Fox, did you see the trailer for Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey today? Yeah, that kind of like shadow dropped, it felt like. Yeah, it released today. It doesn't show a whole lot. And it definitely still leaves with some questions on what they're doing with it. But I'm still excited. I'm still cautiously optimistic with it. Like you get a brief glimpse at Polyphemus in it. You get a glimpse at the underworld, I think, which is going to be interesting to see how they handle that. You see a bit of the Troy scenarios and stuff. Yeah. It definitely seems interesting. I want to see more though before I truly decide on some things with it. As we're just coming back from commercial break. The Colts are set to send this one down. Kickoff going to be returned beginning from the 1 yard line. Spaced out past the 15, past the 20, past the 25, and brought down past the 30 to about the 32. So the 49ers will start from there. All right, so 1st and 10. Purdy under center. Back behind him, going to toss this right side for McCaffrey. Has space past the 35 and down to about the 39. So gain of 7. So a 2nd and 3 coming up. Yeah, the 49ers have been playing some great football in this game. Only one drive that did not end in points, and that was a missed field goal. McCaffrey handoff up the middle with space past the 45 and down to the 47. Yeah, he's having a great game for Toasted, which to be expected. As long as he doesn't find the end zone again, I should still have a lead entering the final week. We'll see. Purdy under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Play action looking to throw. Has time, pass over the middle, gonna be caught to the 32. Jawan Jennings through the contact. And the 49ers are past midfield and inside field goal range just like that. Yeah, great catch as the pass was a little bit behind. Purdy under center, gonna hand this off up the middle for Brian Robinson, who has space past the 25 and down to the 21. All right, so first and 10 coming up. At roughly the 21.5, 22-yard line. Purdy in shotgun, back behind him, a fullback to his left. Gonna hand this off up the middle for Brian Robinson, and that's a gain of about a yard. Not much else. 5:25 to play in the third quarter. All right. So 2nd and 9. Clock continuing to roll. We had 5 minutes to play in the third. Purdy in shotgun, back to his right. Three receiving options to the left. Going to look to throw once again. Purdy with time, pass right side is off the mark and incomplete. Looking in the vicinity of Christian McCaffrey, but not quite on the same page. So a 3rd and 9 coming up. Thomas Morstead on the sideline, just practicing his punt drops, and he's all right. Purdy in shotgun, back to his right. Three receivers to the left. 3rd and 9, looking to throw. Pressure coming. Pass left side, gonna be caught, but not enough for the first. Down to about the 19 for Kendrick Bourne. So the drive stalls out. And out comes Eddie Pinheiro for the field goal try. Gonna bring this back to a 14-point game. As Kittle a little shaken up heading to the sideline. All right, so a 38-yard kick for Eddie Pinheiro. Put the Niners back on top by 14 from the left hash. Kick is up, and it is right down the middle. All right, so we head to commercial break with about 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. All right. So at commercial break. At commercial break. At commercial break. At commercial break. All right, just getting back from the commercial break, and there's the legendary Jim Mora clip talking about the playoffs after a loss to the 49ers back in 01. I always love that clip. And the Colts are in a very similar situation this week. Oh, if Shane Steichen, if the Colts lose and Shane Steichen pulls that out, he will earn so much respect from me. Kickoff going to be down in the end zone for a touchback that will begin from the 35. And out comes Phillip Rivers. Yeah, so 5 teams have clinched a playoff spot in the NFC. With the Lions' loss last night, you have the Seahawks, the Rams, who clinched playoff spots. The Eagles clinched the division on Saturday. And then the Bears and 49ers both clinched a playoff spot with the Lions' loss yesterday. In the AFC, only the Broncos and the Patriots have clinched a spot. But a Colts loss will get 3 teams in. It would get the Bills, the Jaguars, and the Chargers in. If the Colts can't come back, Rivers going to hand this off up the middle. Breaks off 1 tackle, breaks off a second, and Jonathan Taylor keeps fighting his way for about 3. .345 to play in the third quarter. So a 2nd and 7. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Ball on the 37.5 yard line. Rivers handoff right side for Jonathan Taylor, gets past the 40 to the 42-ish. Yeah, the remaining schedules. Next week, the Seahawks and Rams play on the road in Carolina and Atlanta, respectively. The 49ers play Sunday Night Football against the Bears next week. Some three pretty solid games. So 3rd and 2. Rivers in shotgun. Back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Gonna look to throw. Dump off right side. Can be caught with space for a first. And brought down near the 47-ish. It's Amir Abdullah on the reception. As the Colts are continuing to look to get back to a 1-possession game on this drive. 2:20 to play in the third. So 1st and 10. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left as well. Clock still rolling. Rivers, play action, looking to throw. Has time, dump off over the middle, caught by Mo Alley Cox. He gets past midfield to the 45, a gain of 8. So a 2nd and 2 coming up. 1:45 to play in the third. We'll see. We will see. Second and 2. And there was a stoppage there. 49er was slow to get up, that's why. Yeah, 49er is slow to get up with 1:45 to play in the third. He's now up. Good to see. He's jogging off to the sideline under his own power. That's great to see. It's Tatum Bethune who was slow to get up there. Former FSU prospect. So 2nd and 2. Rivers in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Rivers, quick throw, left side caught by Pittman. And going to trip and lose about a yard there. So a 3rd and 3 coming up now. So 3rd and 3. Rivers in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. 55 seconds to play in the 3rd. Rivers gonna hand this off up the middle. And that should be enough for the first for Jonathan Taylor. I think they're gonna give him 3 yards exactly. That could be enough for the first. One more play is needed before the end of the 3rd quarter. It's 1st and 10 from the 49er 43-yard line. All right, so Rivers under center, back behind him. Three receiving options to the right. They get the snap off in time and they give it to Taylor up the middle. He's going to fight his way for maybe a yard if the refs are going to be generous here on the spot. And that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes remain. Playoff spots up for grabs as the Colts need to come back down by 14 in 15 minutes in order to keep their hopes of winning the division alive. Hey, all he needs is the touchdown. All he needs is a touchdown, and that number goes up. It would help if they actually utilized him out the backfield as a receiver, which he can definitely be a very, very viable weapon with. Yep, add commercial break. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's cute. Ugh. Yeah. We're at commercial break for the end of the 3rd quarter. Ozzy, yeah, 42-yard rushing touchdown right here. Wait, break one big. Yep, add commercial break. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Brock Purdy has tied a career high for passing touchdowns in the game in this one. As Rivers in shotgun back to his left. 1st and 10 from the 42. 2nd and 9 from the 42. Man in motion left to right. Rivers making adjustments at the line. As Rivers going to look to throw. Colts send pressure. Pass left side is there for Warren. Inside the 25 and down to the 23. Phillip Rivers, calm under the pressure, delivers a beautiful ball to Tyler Warren to pick up the first and a whole lot more. Rivers in shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side. Rivers to throw. Quick pass left side. Can be caught by Warren up to the 15. Gain of 8. Rivers in shotgun, back behind him. 3 receivers to the right. 2nd and 2, gonna hand this off up the middle for Jonathan Taylor. Has space, bouncing off inside the 10 and down to the 9. 1st and goal coming up on the gain of 6. 1st and goal for the Colts. Not quite a need to have touchdown type of drive, but you're getting there. I mean, I think it's your fault for having a chain that apparently looks good for a cat. Kidding. Rivers in shotgun, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side, ball in the 9-yard line. Play action, looking to throw. Rivers dump off right side for Morale Cox. Inside the 5 and down to the 1-yard line. Mo Alley Cox down to the 1 and 2nd and goal as the Colts look to cut this deficit in half. Yeah, ideally you go Jonathan Taylor here for at least you give him 1 chance added. But we'll see. 2nd and goal, Rivers in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. They give to Taylor, and he is in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. They cut into this deficit as Phillip Rivers continues to lead just really solid drives here. He is playing well against his 49ers defense. Good blocking up front as well. Quentin Nelson, a good job just creating that lane and pushing forward. So the extra point is up. And it is good. We have a 7-point game with 12:41 to play. And we head back to a commercial break. At commercial break. Just like, I mean, if it was like a proper keyboard, you can just like smash them on there. If the Colts can keep this a 1-score game and give their offense the ball back, 4.2 points for Jonathan Taylor is very possible. I mean, even if they have to go very pass heavy the rest of the game, he should still be able to get at least a check down or 2. And from there, like, who knows if he's gonna be able to break one. All right, just coming back from commercial break. See if this Colts defense can keep this a 1-score game. And I like the higher scoring games you've been getting this back half of the season. Kickoff underway, and that's not a great kick. That's going to be returned beginning from the 13. Returned up past the 25 and down to the 30. I would have let that ball go out of bounds. That was going clean out of bounds. I'm shocked he even tried to return that. It's going to save the Colts defense about 10 yards. And so Purdy looking to throw in 1st and 10. Pass left side can be caught by Juwan Jennings, and he has space past the 45 to the 47. Not a great start for this Colts defense. So 1st and 10. "12 minutes to play in the game. Purdy in shotgun, back behind him, fullback to his right. Gonna hand this off up the middle for McCaffrey. He gets past midfield to about the 48. Gain of roughly 5. The only turnover was by the Colts on a kickoff early on in this game, and it has come back to bite them massively, as they're now down by 7. Purdy in shotgun, back behind him, a fullback to his left. 2nd and 5. Purdy gonna toss this right side for McCaffrey. Going to find his way for about 3 or so, up to the 45. Will depend on the spot. But a 3rd down nonetheless. Oh no, that's 3rd and inches based off that spot. Okay. 3rd and inches. Purdy under center, back and fullback behind him. Handoff left side for McCaffrey, and he has space. The 35 to 30, the 25, and out of bounds at the 20. It's a gain of 24 for Christian McCaffrey. And the 49ers are in field goal range. That's a great pickup there for the 49ers. And McCaffrey's up to over 100 rushing yards on the night. Great. Purdy in shotgun, back to his right, gonna hand this off up the middle for Brian Robinson, and he falls forward for about 1 yard. So 2nd and 9. Play clock winding down, 9:25 to play, and Purdy signaling to the sideline that he can't hear the play call. So the 49ers will call their 2nd timeout. And we head to a 30-second break here. I wouldn't be completely shocked if the Chiefs at least flirt with the idea of trading for Kirk Cousins. I think it would depend on what else the Falcons do. But from most indications, the Falcons want Kirk Cousins to be their backup and their mentor for Michael Penix. But obviously, there's nothing right now that would say that. That would be an off-season report. Because they can't actively go get Cousins right now. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. 2nd and 9, looking to throw. Has some time. Pass left side, gonna be caught incomplete. Looking for Brian Robinson. Jermaine Pratt knocks the ball loose. It's a 3rd and 9 coming up. If the Colts can hold him to a field goal, they're still very much in this game. So 3rd and 9. Purdy in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 receiving options to the left, looking to throw once again. Pass over the middle, caught by Jennings. Inside the 10 to the 8, it's 1st and goal, San Francisco, with 9 minutes to play in the game. So 1st and goal coming up. Purdy under center. Toss up the middle for McCaffrey, and he's going to bounce off one defender, but still be brought down behind the line for a loss of a yard. So 2nd and goal coming up. 8:20 to play in the game, and the clock keeps rolling. So 2nd and goal. Purdy in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Purdy looking to throw. Has some time. Rolling left. Now gonna roll right. Buying more time. Still looking. And pass in the end zone's gonna be incomplete. Saying he couldn't get his feet in bounds is Jake Tongs. Or Tongs on the attended target there. That's close. Hold on. That actually might be a catch. Hold on. That would be a great grab along the sideline. Yeah, no, that looks like a catch. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw in 3rd and 9. No challenge. Purdy pass left side wide open. Christian McCaffrey. They score nonetheless. And they extend this lead. I really wish they challenged it. That's gonna put Toasted on top, I think. Oh, Tonjes is how you pronounce it? Weird, okay. Yeah. No, I'm still like a less than a point ahead of those in fantasy this week. It's all gonna come down to week 17 for who's gonna win championship. God damn it. Christian McCaffrey's giving him 31. Ugh. Heading into a commercial break. As the extra point was also good there. So it was a 14-point game still. 7:37 to play in the game. Yep, at commercial break. At commercial break still. Yep, still at commercial break. All right, just getting back from commercial break. Let's see if the Colts can pull a Bears, pull a Seahawks, and get a pretty improbable comeback. Down by 14 with 7:37 to go. It would take a great effort from Phillip Rivers, who has been playing pretty great tonight. Kickoff underway. Return beginning from the 2. Base pass to 25, pass to 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Past the 45 and down to the 41. Well, that will definitely help start things off. An excellent kick return. But there's a penalty now. Oh, what's the penalty? That was exactly the kick return the Colts needed. Two fouls, both by the return team. One is Holden, which will be declined. The other is also Holden, and that will be accepted. Two Holden penalties there. They happened right next to each other. So instead of what would have been ball on about the plus 41, it's now Colts ball on their own 20. They lose about 39 yards off of that hold. So Rivers in shotgun back to his left. Two receiving options to each side. Rivers looking to throw. Pressure coming and he fumbles. Ball's loose. And the Colts have it at the 5. Just back-to-back disastrous plays for the Colts. Just disastrous plays for the Colts. Back-to-back. The hold-ins on the kick return. A 15-yard fumble loss. That's unfortunate. Now 2nd and 25. Rivers in shotgun. Back to his right. Two receiving options to each side. Looking to throw once again. Has time. Pass right side. Going to be tipped and incomplete. Trying to fit one in there to Tyler Warren. And a 3rd and 25 coming up. 6:37 to play in the game. And that series of events probably just cost the Colts this game. Yeah, they're screwed here. No, this is where you're probably gonna get a handoff for Jonathan Taylor. Rivers in shotgun back to his left. 3 receivers to the left as well. And they're gonna look to throw. Rivers, pressure coming, pass deep, left side is going to be incomplete. Looking for Josh Downs. Rivers hit while throwing that one. It's 4th and 25 from their own 5. And they will punt. Just disastrous series of events. You're not going to run the ball in 4th and 25 when you're down by 14 with less than 8 minutes to play. Punt comes off clean. Going to be returned beginning from the 48. Past the 45 and down to the 44. So 6:20 to play. Yeah, and with the 49ers most likely scoring on this drive, the Colts are probably not going to be running the ball much the rest of this game. So you're probably gonna have to hope for some receiving yards for Jonathan Taylor. Which on that 2nd and 25 play, they probably should have called a halfback screen. Probably would not have worked. But at least it would have been more likely than a really tough pass to Tyler Warren. I'm sure if given enough time, archaeologists can decipher that. All right, Purdy under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. Toss right side for Christian McCaffrey. Going to be met in the backfield, but still spin his way for about 1 yard. So 2nd and 9. .545 to play in the game. Purdy in shotgun, back behind him. Play action, looking to throw. Purdy with some time. Rolling right, pass back over the middle. Going to be caught by McCaffrey. Gets down to about the 40s, a gain of 3. So 3rd and 6. Purdy in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw. Pass right side, going to be caught for a first. Gain of 7. Is Jack, how did you just pronounce it? Tonjes? Tonjes on the reception. That's just Tonjes. That's okay. Added to the list of more examples of why I need to create a pronunciation spreadsheet for NFL teams in the offseason. And Purdy under center, back behind him. Gonna hand this off left side for McCaffrey, and he's gonna be met behind the line for a loss of about 2. And with the Colts being down by 14, they're gonna start calling timeouts. There's their first with 4:47 to play. The Colts call their first timeout. 2nd and 11 coming up. Purdy under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to play action and look to throw. Pass over the middle is high and intercepted. It's picked off. The Colts have a chance past the 25 and return to the 29. The Colts have some life thanks to the interception by Cam Bynum. Purdy throws it just high. Looking for Kendrick Bourne. And Cam Bynum comes up with it. All right, but now, so the Colts now are most likely going to need the onside kick with only having 2 timeouts unless they score in about 2.5 minutes. Rivers in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Rivers looking to throw. Pass right side, caught by Michael Pittman, and that's going to be a gain of 9. Up to the 38. And the Colts are going to go hurry up here. 4:20 to play in the game. Rivers in shotgun. Back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Rivers looking to throw. Pass right side, going to be caught by Alec Pierce with space. Inside the 40, the 35, the 30, and down to the 29. It's a gain of 33, and the Colts are moving. 4 minutes to play. They keep going, hurry up. Yeah. Rivers in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side, making adjustments at the line. Shift in the back to his right. Rivers looking to throw once again. Quick pass over the middle is intercepted. And he's going to be gone. The 50, the 40. Bring out the red carpet. There is your icing on the cake. It's a pick 6 for the 49ers. D. Winters takes it 75 yards to the house. And that is a crusher for the Colts. They got gifted life thanks to Cam Bynum picking it off, only for Rivers to turn around and try and get it to Tyler Warren, but Winters was all over it. Yeah, he doesn't even look anywhere else. Rivers does not even look anywhere else. He stared Warren down. And now it's going to be really hard for the Colts to come back in this. And 3 NFL teams and fan bases are in celebration after that. Three NFL fan bases all just shouted in celebration. As the extra point was also up and good. I did, yeah. 3:26 to play in the game and 3:26 remaining until the Bills, the Jaguars, and the Chargers all clinch playoff spots. And the Eagles will be locked out of the 1 seed in the NFC. Kickoff underway. This is going to be out the back of the end zone for a touchback. Colts will be getting from the 35. Yeah, that's a tough interception from Phil. Oh, and Riley Leonard is on the field now as they toss this right side. Going to be past the 40 to the 41 for Tyler Goodson. So Riley Leonard getting some snaps. The Colts are waving the white flag. As their season is all but over. They're still technically in the hunt. They're not eliminated yet. But they'll know by their next game if they're eliminated or not, as the Texans, with a win on Saturday, will clinch a playoff spot. So I think the question is, does Phillip Rivers start again for the Colts? As Leonard hands this off right side for Goodson, and that's going to be a gain of about 3. I think that's now the question. With the Colts' playoff hopes pretty much dead, Daniel Jones is not back. He tore his Achilles. Daniel Jones is not back till next year. No, Jonathan Taylor is not still in. His day's done, as is most of the Colts starters. Leonard in shotgun, back to his left. Gonna toss this left side for Goodson. And gonna be losing a yard. No, I mean the rest of this season. Like, does you give it to Riley Leonard the rest of the way and see what you have in him? Since again your season's pretty much over. If the Texans win, if the Texans win next week, the season's over for the Colts. Hell, the season might basically be over now anyway. Listen, pretty much everyone would have told you to put in CJ Stroud. It's not his fault. It's just he's 45 years old. He's not going to be on the team next year. Riley Leonard is again trying to get stuff going for a backup spot next year. He's going to be probably competing in the offseason. I just think if you see what you have in Riley Leonard. Oh yeah, about fantasy, yeah, because he asked for some advice with fantasy, and I expected CJ Stroud to play a lot better against Houston, or a lot better against Vegas than he did. And when it comes to the Downs and Hubbard thing, I wasn't even fully sold on that. I wasn't even fully sold on the Hubbard and Downs situation. I was the only thing I was confident in was Stroud, because he should have played better against the Raiders. He missed a lot of opportunities in that game. As we're at commercial break for the 2-minute warning. It's a 4th and 1 for the Colts. All right, so a 4th and 1. The offense is staying on the field. Because at first, just trying to like run out some clock here. Leonard in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Leonard looking to throw. Pass left side, going to be dropped. Incomplete. Looking for Coleman Owen. Should be a turnover on downs. And I expect the 49ers to just need this one down. Yeah, the Colts' chance to make the playoffs drops to 5%. after this loss. But by week 8, it was up to a 98%. They have lost 5 straight to pretty much be eliminated. It still is a very small chance. They would need to win next week. They would need to win out, and the Texans would need to lose out. As the Texans and Colts play each other in week 18. So the Texans would need to lose to the Chargers, and the Colts would need to beat both Jacksonville and Houston. It's gonna be a tough one. So we'll see. As Mac Jones is in, and they're gonna deal this one out. We need to do about 2 more. All right, there's one more kneel down. This collapse by the Colts made Miami losing to them in week 1 so much worse. like at least around week 8, when they were like on their really hot streak, you can be like, oh yeah, Miami lost to a really good team. Not anymore. Phillip Rivers, though, very solid night. 277, 2 touchdowns. The pick 6 was rough, but Phillip Rivers played well. He had a very solid night to try and keep the Colts' playoff hopes into a reasonable spot. As there's the final kneel down. So with that, the playoff picture is looking more set. 4 spots remain across the NFC and the AFC. Those spots in the NFC is for the winner of the NFC South and whoever is going to be the 7th seed in the NFC. And for the AFC, it's the winner of the AFC North and one of either Houston or Indianapolis. As the Chargers, Jaguars, and the Bills all just clinched their playoff spots with this Colts loss. The Colts now cannot win the AFC South, and also the Philadelphia Eagles cannot get home field advantage in the NFC. Week 16 wraps up with what was a pretty solid game. I'll be live on Thursday for the Christmas games, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna do all 3 of the games on Christmas. I'm gonna at least do the first 2. We'll see from there, though. Appreciate everyone tuning in. I'll see you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good. Yeah, I'll explain the game real quick. So, the teams with a clinched spot: the Seahawks, the Rams, the Bears. It's due to the Eagles are a 9-win team now? 10-win. It's due to tiebreakers. There's a ton of different tiebreakers going on there. Pretty sure it's mainly due to the common opponent tiebreaker, or it's due to conference record. Or even it might be strength of. I'm not exactly sure. I just know that it does eliminate the Eagles from getting the 1 seed. As the 49ers now at 11 wins. Yeah, because if the 49ers are to win the division, anyone to win the NFC West needs 13 wins. 13 wins is the win number to win the NFC West. The Eagles at 10 wins currently cannot get to 13 wins themselves. So because of that, the winner of the NFC West is going to have a higher record than them, and thus will be the 1 seed. Yeah. Now that I see that yeah. Yep. So again, I'll be live Thursday. Appreciate everyone tuning in. See you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.